Hi, this is Laura. Welcome back to the Tarot Genie, where you receive insightful answers from the tarot to your burning questions about business, career, creativity, communications, entrepreneurship, personal development, prosperity, spirituality, and more. Today you're going to learn what the tarot advice is about how to overcome procrastination, the bane of many of our existence. And as always, I'd like to share a resource. It's not a book specifically about procrastination, but it is a book that could help you if you have this problem frequently. And this book is the Book of Affirmations by Noah St. John. Just a little story. I met the author, Noah St. John, about 8 years ago. I was participating with a friend in a teleseminar series that he had, and he came into town, into Washington, D.C. for a conference. So my friend and I were eager to meet him, and we went out to his hotel, met him and his then fiancée and now his wife at the hotel, and we had a nice conversation while driving them to the airport. Now, the premise of this book and what this book teaches, Afformations, is a little bit of a twist on affirmations. I'm sure you've heard of affirmations, which are positive statements that people often say repeatedly to themselves or say out loud or record on a recording device and listen to try to change their thoughts and make them more positive if they've been negative in any way. Noah St. John found that for him, affirmations were just not very effective. And one day in the shower, he had an inspiration. He thought, or he realized, that when you ask the brain a question, it looks for a solution. And he had this flash of insight, a moment of eureka, where he realized that he could rephrase an affirmation into a question. So instead of saying, I never procrastinate, or I always take action on time, I always finish my projects on time, I get started right away, he would rephrase those statements into questions such as, why is it so easy for me to get everything done, or all my tasks done on time? Why is it so easy for me to start my task immediately? And so forth. And he found for many of his clients, this technique worked far better than affirmations. And for myself, I can say that this technique does work. My challenge is that I often forget to use the technique. So I've got to use an affirmation. Why is it so easy for me to remember to use affirmations? But this, and there's a special chapter too, now it's in the chapter 14, which is Affirmations on Overcoming Bad Habits. And so procrastination is a bad habit. So we need to turn it, get rid of this habit of procrastination. So that's one resource. And then today we're going to ask the tarot its advice on how to overcome procrastination. And as I've shuffled, I'm choosing 3 cards, and I will explain the 3 cards after I've shuffled them and selected them. All right, let's go. Jeez. Wow, the first card is going to represent the situation, insights on like what's happening when we procrastinate. And what an apropos card, the Hangman. The Hangman in the tarot is a major arcana, meaning it's a major archetype representing a fundamental energy that we experience, or fundamental energy of life. And as we see, the Hangman is in limbo. He's suspended. He's inactive. He's in lack of action. And that could hardly be more appropriate for the topic of procrastination. Because what are we doing when we procrastinate? We're not taking the necessary action. So as you can see, he's suspended in air. He's hanging from a tree. Although there's some passion here is represented by his leggings, red leggings, but he's just not taking action. For some reason, he is just not moving forward. He's procrastinating. He's in action. He's in limbo. Even though maybe there's a sense of, of insight, it's saying this is what's going on right now, that he is just not taking action. And so what is the suggested action to get out of this situation of inaction? Wow, the next card is a 10 of Swords. Quite a somber looking image. We have this man on the ground. He looks like he's died, and he's got 10 swords sticking in his back. It's a dark, almost looks like a dark night of the soul. It's very dark, but there is this sunrise in the background. So there is this situation of hope, the sun rising. And so what does this mean? If you are a procrastinator, if you're procrastinating this week about something, what action do you need to take? Well, what I take from this image, and given that it's a 10, meaning the end of a cycle, is that it's saying, and the swords representing thoughts, ideas, etc. Since the question is how to overcome procrastination, these swords suggest to me is that you need to get over your fears, your doubts, your feeling of dread, all the negativity that you are holding about this particular task or activity. That is what the suggested action is. And in fact, it could say that you need to stick a positive to these negative ideas. That's the action. You need to overcome all this negativity. So how do you do it? Well, you can use a technique like the affirmations. You could say, why is it so easy for me to tackle this activity right now? Why do I look forward to completing this task? That's called, well, those are affirmations. It's also a strategy called the law of polarity, taught by my spiritual coach, Carol DeRay, where you stick a positive to a negative and then a positive results. So assuming you take this action, turn things around, go from those negative thoughts, negativity, fears, doubts, feeling of dread, what is the likely outcome for this situation? Wow, I couldn't have selected a more powerful image than the Magician. The Magician card, also a major arcana in the tarot, representing significant energy. And what I always love, the Magician, assuming the nature of the question, is one of my favorite images in the tarot because he is powerful. He has all the elements of the tarot. He has the coins representing time, money, energy, resources, the cups representing feelings, the wands representing purpose and identity, and the swords representing communication and ideas. And what he has here, he's connecting heaven and earth. So he is powerful and suggesting he is about to move it. He's moving into action. So I think this is quite an appropriate set of insights given to us by the tarot today. It's bookended. We've got major arcana, so major forces here at work saying, okay, well, asking for insights about the situation, of procrastination. It's just allowing yourself to get into limbo because of negativity. And this suggested action is to put an end to that negativity, those thoughts, and perhaps turning them around by using affirmations or somehow sticking a positive to the negative, all the negative thoughts and feelings you have related to the task that's keeping you limbo. And as you do so, you will be able to move into action and powerful action, and you'll be able to complete the task on time with maximum success. That's what, for me, the Magician, he has passion, he's got purity of intention, there's a beautiful garden next to him. He's just in charge, in command. He's a powerful figure. I hope you found this helpful. If you have found this helpful, please hit the subscribe button. I also like your comments and feedback. And I will, as always, include a link to a piece of music that will help underscore the insights that the tarot has just given us this week. And next week, we will look at the issue of how to overcome a scarcity consciousness. Until next time.